Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. So today's story is going to be kind of a sad one. This didn't happen to me, but it happened to my friend. So let's get into it. So this story all takes place back in 2025. I was friends with this guy. His name was let's call him Garrett. So we have Garrett. Now me and Garrett were good friends. We've been friends for like 2 years already, and Garrett started dating this girl. Now we're gonna call her Allison. So we have Garrett and Allison. Now they've been dating for about 2 or 3 months, and things seem to be going pretty well. They seem very happy together. Everything seemed to be going perfect. But I guess behind the scenes, Allison was hiding something. So one day, Garrett wants to just go out and do something. Now his girlfriend couldn't hang out because apparently she was doing stuff with her family. So, that made sense. She had stuff going on with her family that night, so she couldn't hang out. So, Garrett comes to me. He's like, yo, man, you want to go hang out tonight, bro? My girl can't. And I'm like, yeah, sure. I got nothing going on. So, I drive over to his house, and I pick him up. Now, we start driving out, and we're not sure what the hell to do. Like, we have no clue what we want to do. We have no plans. And it's going to be around, like, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. So we decide we're going to go out and grab some food. So we decide to drive down to this Chili's. There's a Chili's that's like 10, 15 minutes away from my house. It's not that far. But for me to go pick up Garrett and then go there, it takes maybe like 20 minutes. So it's only like 5 minutes more. But anyway, so we drive over to the Chili's. We park and we start to walk inside. We get a table and we sit down. Now, I'm looking at the menu, because I haven't been to Chili's in a long time. So, I low-key want to see if they have, like, anything new. So, I'm looking through it, right? I'm not really finding anything. I'm like, damn. But then I find, like, a burger. So, I'm like, all right, I'll get that. I think it was, like, the All-American burger. I'm a very picky eater. So, anytime I'm at a restaurant, I'm always just looking for, like, the most simple thing that I can order. And I will continue to do that. I'm 21 years old and I still do that to this day, and I will not change my ways. So we order our food, well, first we order our drinks, then we order our food. And I'm looking around, cuz I'm just observing, seeing, and I see a girl that looks a lot like Allison. And I'm like, "Huh. That's funny. It looks a lot like Allison." And this Allison lookalike was sitting with a guy. And I didn't think it was Allison. Like, I genuinely didn't believe that it was her at first. Because I'm like, Allison is a very loyal girl to my friend Garrett. She would never do something like this. So I make the joke. I'm like, yo, bro, doesn't that girl look a lot like Allison? And he looks over, and his facial expression goes from like being like really happy to being like, fuck. And I look at him. I see the look he gives, and I say in my mind, I'm like, fuck, that is her. So what he proceeds to do is he gets up, walks over there, and I watch as Allison looks over at Garrett, and her face goes from like smiling to being like, oh fuck, I'm caught. And it's kind of like there were like a few tables in between us, so I couldn't really hear what they were saying, but Garrett kept looking at Allison, then looking at the guy she was with, and looking back at Allison, looking at the guy. And, after like a minute or so, he walks over and he's like, yo, bro, can we just go? And I'm like, yeah, dude. So we get the check, we pay for, we just, we grab somebody and tell them, like, we're just going to leave. We don't want any food. And we get out and we walk out, we get in my car, and for the entire ride back to Garrett's house, he's just completely silent, just not saying anything. And I feel so fucking bad for him. I'm like, look, man, it's going to be alright, man. She just wasn't the right girl for you. This was meant to happen. And I'm trying to make him feel better, saying anything that can make him feel better. Saying, she wasn't the right girl for you. You'll find somebody better. But he just didn't say anything. And we walk into Garrett's house, we go upstairs, and he literally says, yo, bro, I'm gonna take a little bit of a nap. And I'm like, alright. So I get on his Xbox and I start playing the games on his Xbox while he takes a nap. And for the rest of that day, he was just depressed. Like, he was so depressed, and obviously I was there for him. But, nothing that I really was doing could really, help him. But after a few days to like a week, he started feeling a lot better and started getting, his mood and energy back, which was really good. I was really worried that he was going to be in like, a deep state of depression for a long, long time. But he was okay. And after a while, he found somebody else. Surprisingly, I watch all my friends and everybody, get a relationship. And I'm still sitting here like, no girlfriend. I'm like, what am I doing wrong? Like, there has to be something that I'm doing wrong. But anyway, I'm getting off track. So yeah, after a while, he was all right, and she actually texted him that night, apologizing. She sent him a whole long text talking about how she's so sorry, she didn't mean to do it, and she wants him to give her another chance. And he legit, like, I watched as he read the message and just blocked her, didn't say a word. And she didn't try reaching out to me. She didn't try reaching out to any of his other friends because I think she got the message clearly that he didn't want to talk to her. But yeah, that's basically the end of the story. Pretty crazy, literally seeing your partner cheating like right in front of you has to be like one of the worst things that you can ever see, and probably the worst feeling you'll ever feel. But I'm glad that Garrett found somebody else. I'm glad that Allison is out of his life, and just fuck Allison, right? So, yeah, that's basically the end of the story. Yeah, if you guys did enjoy, please be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you all for watching, and have a great day. And I will see you all later. Don't try to bring me down, cause your whip can't make a sound. I know I make you mad, the way I've been moving way too fast. Joyride all the way, hoes be flashing me all day. That's Snap.